What's going on, people? We're back again Thursday. Hope you guys had a great week. We're going to finish your week off strong. I got my man joining me again, Dr. Johnny Vega. We're going to pick up where we left off. Thank you for tuning in. So we ended Monday's podcast. I made a statement. I told you we'll be back to it. I'm a man of my word. So the statement was, it's better to be kept from sin than to be delivered from it. All right, it's better to be kept from sin than to be delivered. So we want to start there today, just kind of talk about it. I'm gonna give Dr. Johnny Vega a chance to kind of, shed some light on that based on what he knows, experience. What are your thoughts on that quote?
It's deep. It makes me think, if I would have had at the age of 13, 14, someone like yourself, because I played ball, love playing ball, and not saying I didn't have mentors, but someone that really just sat me down and was like, you're acting up. If you keep on doing what you're doing, you're gonna end up suffering or going to jail or becoming an addict, and that would have saved me from a lot of years of suffering. And like you said, it's better to keep from doing the actual sin than being delivered from it. So just looking back, I'm not the type of person that kills myself with what ifs.
Yeah.
But it would have made a big difference in my life if I would have avoided the situation and not gone through the situation.
Right.
So yeah, it's deep. It's deep. That quote is deep on so many levels.
Now I know some people are watching, and because this is also another train of thought. Experience is the best teacher.
It is.
You've heard people say that?
It is. But I tell people this all the time. There's two ways of learning. From experience and other people's experience. That's why we read books.
Right.
That's somebody else's experience that we're learning from. So learn from other people's experiences, because to experience it is sometimes really tough.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's a great teacher. They say whatever don't kill you makes you stronger. Everything happens for a reason. So who knows? If it didn't happen, maybe I might have got shot or killed. Who knows?
Yeah.
So I truly feel that God took me away from the world for a little while for a reason.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, what would you say to someone, a viewer who has a cousin, uncle, brother, sister, who's caught up in the trap game selling? They've tried to talk to them, but it just seems
keep, like they say, keep it 100 with them. Sit them down, talk to them, tell them you love them, you care about them. This is how you feel about the situation that they're going through, and be honest with them. And then also, a lot of us as men, black and brown, grow up in single parent households, without fathers, and that's where mentors step in. Find a mentor for your daughter or for your son, and find somebody that's willing to spend some time with them, talk life into them, inspire them, and hope for the best. But at the end, as human beings, we're always going to make our own choices. That's one of the things I talk about all the time is choices, how important they are, and all we can do is plant the seed.
Right.
And then it's up to God to do the rest. So that was actually something that was really frustrating. I don't know if you ever went through it, but you work with a kid, you plant that seed in them, you see the potential in them, and they still end up making the wrong choice. And I had to get past that. I had to realize that my job is to plant the seed, and God's, it's God's up to God to do what He wants with that seed.
Right.
So,
because there's sometimes in those moments, sometimes we take it personal.
We do. It's hurtful.
Yes.
That's like your son.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's tough, but.
So if something happens, you take it personal. Then you start looking at yourself. Did I do enough?
Right.
Maybe I should have did. You second guess. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But the harvest don't always come when you want it to come.
Exactly.
Sometimes, and this is the other situations that I feel make it worth it, is that there were kids or youth that still made the wrong choices, but then later on, like I've been doing this for 13 years now. So somebody that was 13, now they're 26 now.
Yeah.
And I run into them as a grown man, and they come up to me and they're like, Mr. Vega, thank you. What you said to me, I didn't get it right away, but you know, it made sense to me down the road, and I had to go through some stuff to realize it. But now I'm a family man, I'm working, or you know, got my own business, and then I think to myself, ooh, that wasn't a wasted seed. You know what I mean? It just came to pass later on down the road.
Yeah, so I want to encourage any parent that's watching, mom, dad, or foster parent, anyone who is the primary caretaker of a son or a daughter who's not living right, you know, who's making bad choices. Maybe you've done all you can, you love, you know, and it's been frustrating at times. You know, what would you say to someone like that?
I try to look at things through a biblical eye sometimes, and that reminds me of the story when Jesus, when his own family denied him. I don't know if you remember that story, but they were like, who Jesus the carpenter? Who Jesus, you know, Joseph's son? He's the savior? Sometimes you have to realize that our own kids won't listen to us. Because I don't know for what reason, but when they hear the same information come from somebody else, they listen. I don't understand that, but it's a proven fact. Put them in front of somebody that's willing to mentor them, talk, you know, like I said, talk life into them, spend time with them. I've been there, done that, so I can relate to everything they're going through, or you know, are gonna go through, and find a mentor for your child.
Mentorship is so important.
It's key. I mean, it's key. It can save your child's life, literally.
You know, this is Legacy Leadership Chat, and the thing is, legacy leadership is true mentorship. There's false mentorship out there.
They'll lead it so you get led the wrong way quick.
Because a lot of young people today, they'll be mentored by the music they listen to.
Exactly.
Like that's their primary.
That's their primary
mentors.
Right. That's what's molding them.
Right.
And then we wonder why they're popping pills. And you know, it's not even about selling drugs anymore. These kids are really glamorizing drug use now. Like it's cool to be an addict.
Right.
It's different generation. So you're absolutely right. The music, the culture, what they watch on TV is really molding our kids. So we have to step up and take them back.
And I would say too, getting back to the point of sometimes our kids don't listen to us, but they'll listen to someone else.
Right.
It's like that in basketball. I train the kids all the time.
Right.
And I will be training a kid, and the dad will say to me, he don't listen to me no more.
Right.
This probably happens 80% of the kids I work with.
I bet.
Dad will say, you know what, he don't listen to me no more. You don't take what he don't believe. I'm just dad now.
Right.
So I'm bringing him to you. And you take him. So what happens is I find myself training kids, and then the dad will tell me later, I said the same thing you said to him. So now all of a sudden, he's doing it at home.
Right.
Like it's the same thing.
And then it also comes down to, you know, it takes a village to raise a child. Sometimes parents can't do it on their own. They need help, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing to be ashamed about. You know, the more positive people, even as an adult, this is something that I continuously remind myself to surround myself with positive people, like-minded people, you know, spiritually minded people. Watch who your kids are hanging out with.
Yes.
My grandmother used to tell me, and it's a Spanish saying, but she used to tell me, and this is when I was gangbanging and drug dealing, she used to say, show me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are. It sounds better in Spanish, but but it makes so much sense. If your kid's acting up, and watch who he's chilling with, watch who she's chilling with, and if you can, motivate them to get away from the negativity, because it's gonna rub off. I don't care how good you say, my kid's good, you know, he gets straight A's. Eventually it's gonna rub off, and they're gonna start acting like the crowd that they're hanging out with.
I did a podcast a week or two ago, and I talked about that very thing. If there's 9 drug dealers,
right,
you start hanging with them,
right,
over time, guess who's going to be number 10?
Exactly.
And I actually expounded on that.
It's only a matter of time.
And it's a social law, like we're social people.
You gravitate.
So you're going to become like the people you hang around.
Exactly.
You know, so if your crowd is doing X, Y, and Z, and you want to approve of that, then you need to go find A, B, and C.
Exactly.
You know, you need to get you a new circle.
You need to get yourself.
And sometimes that can be hard because of the
The attachment, the love, right.
The emotional side of it.
It's my homies, my dogs, my bros.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But don't get locked up over your bros.
Let me ask you this. So, and in light of that, because I know with you leading the life you're leading now, led by the Lord, and there's a lot of great things you're doing, positivity.
Right.
What about some of the guys that you used to run with that were in the street?
It's so
like,
funny.
How did you?
It's so
you know what I'm
funny
saying?
you mentioned that. It's crazy how yesterday, every once in a while, I'll take a jog through the hood.
Okay.
Just to reminisce, look at different things that I grew up around, and as I'm jogging up this one block, it's a bunch of guys I grew up with in front of on a porch chilling. And me being funny, I stopped because we all grew up together. They're like, yeah, we see you jogging, we see you getting it in, and I said I need a drink, and my one homie was like, all we got is Hennessy. And I said, nah. I was sweating bullets.
Right.
Just finished running 2 miles. This dude offered me some Henny. I was like, nah, I'm good. So I went to go run again. I gave everybody that. Nice seeing you guys. And I didn't notice that one of the guys had ran to the store. So when he comes back, he has a water. He goes, here, John. And he gives me the water. And I ended up sitting there for about an hour just catching up with these dudes. And these guys are still in it to win it. You know what I mean? Like, and these are my age, so they're like OGs. So, but the respect and the love was still there. They know what I'm about. They know I'm about God. They know I'm about positivity. And they gave me an opportunity to speak life into these grown men that I've known my whole life. But I try to be transparent. I try to keep it real with everything that I do. I'm far from perfect. We all fall short. I still make bad choices every once in a while, but I know I serve a perfect God. And I use that opportunity to talk to him.
Wow.
And as long as you're genuine, people will respect you. And hopefully I planted a couple seeds in them guys. You know what I mean?
I'm sure you did. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It probably meant a lot to them because what happens is sometimes people who make it out, quote unquote, make it out and become successful, they don't come back.
They don't come back. And that's exactly.
Now they're holier than thou.
Right.
Or now, they disassociate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That happens too.
Right. I agree.
And so, but it's good that you still went back and connected with them.
Right.
Now, though it was spontaneous, but I believe God probably had that set up for you.
All planned out.
To connect with them. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, so they can see that there is a way out.
It's not too late.
Yeah, it's not too late.
Right.
There's a way out.
Yep.
And I'm here for you if you need me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Grown
saying?
men. Like, I work with kids, but hey, across the board, if you need somebody to talk to, I'm always available.
Yeah, that's powerful, man. Like, because I want, as you were sharing, I was thinking too, there may be some people watching who, their circle, they may need to get away from their circle, but they have a fear. There's a fear factor. There's, what's going to happen? What are they going to say? I'm going to come across like I'm better than them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so, what would you say?
In life, sometimes you get comfortable, and you got to be willing to be uncomfortable to reach where you want to get to. Sometimes, so if it's separating from what you're used to, the people that you're used to, if it takes that to make progress in your life, it's all about self-observation and reflecting. If you're not where you want to be in life, really just sit back, pray. I'm a praying man. Praying helps a lot. And just and ask God to reveal who you need to let go of and what you need to do, and let Him guide you. It's tough, but it's worth the sacrifice.
Right, it's tough, but in the end, it's worth it.
It is.
And I like saying this too. It's okay to be different as long as it's purpose driven.
Right, exactly.
It's okay to be different.
Right.
As long as it's purpose driven.
Right.
You didn't become different and then started wilding out, doing some other stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're different now, but it's on purpose.
Yes.
Like,
you have a goal. You have a
goals
destination. Right.
Yeah, there's things you want to do and accomplish.
Right.
Your difference wasn't just because you hate them, or you know what I'm saying? Like, the difference was because now I'm purpose driven.
Right.
And there's things I want to do with my life.
Right.
And I'm sure when you sat down with them, went back, hey, but you can do this too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is available. You can do this too.
Right.
You know, there's nothing great in me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
we all have the same amount of faith. They said, you know, we all have this faith the size of all it takes is faith the size of a mustard seed. And we all have. It's just what we do with that faith.
Yep.
What action do we take with it?
Right.
And that's what makes the difference. And I look at life in seasons.
Right. Yep.
You know what I mean? You might have this friend or this person in your life for a season, and you have to accept the fact that that season's over.
Yep.
And the next season's about to begin, and you have to do what's best for you and your family, and just for your health, for your spirituality. You got to think about those things. Like for us, for instance, we never lost love for each other, but there's been seasons where we don't, you know, we don't speak, we don't talk. You're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing, but as soon as we connect, it's like we stop talking.
Right.
That's true friendship.
Oh, yeah.
You might be separated for a season, but that person needs time to get their stuff together. You need time to and maybe another season down the road you connect again.
Right. Like now.
Right.
Like exactly. There was a season where we was connected every day.
Every day.
We
Working.
was partnering.
Right.
Working.
Yeah.
Going out to eat lunch.
Yeah.
Praying.
Right.
There was a season, but then there was a season where
Yeah.
we didn't talk for
Months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, like you said, when we get back,
What's up, bro?
we lost nothing.
Let's get it.
And I want to say to that point too, it's important though when you're removed from something that you were so engulfed in, to surround yourself with people of where you're going.
Yes, definitely.
Like this is like I need this.
Right.
Like
right.
It's not a point of it's a luxury. It's a necessity.
Like you said,
to
iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
Iron sharpens iron.
So like our time together, when we talk on the phone, when we whatever, we chop it up. Like when we're done talking, I feel invigorated.
Right.
I feel encouraged.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's an extra win underneath my sails. So it's important to surround yourself with people of character who have purpose, and they represent where you're going.
Right.
Pray about it. Maybe you don't have people like that. Pray and ask the Lord to bring people in your life like that.
And watch for people that are always taking. Because you come across people that
that's
are
true.
always,
Yeah.
and then sometimes it's not a bad thing.
Right.
They're always taking. But when you get around somebody that actually pours back into you, that's different. We go as mentors, as we go through it.
Yeah, we do.
We get burnt out sometimes. We get tired, and every once in a while we come across a like-minded person with the same motivation, with the same passion that reminds you
Yes.
what you're doing it for. So that's that's a good thing. Surround yourself. I got Dr. Rivers, Ron James.
Right.
Even adults need mentors.
Yeah, oh yeah. Even those that are like quote unquote up here.
Master mentor. Somebody called me a master mentor the other day. He said, "You're a master mentor." I said, "Why you say that?" Because you create mentors. I was like, "Well, that's pretty cool. I like that."
I gotta use that.
I gotta use that. But even like people, seasoned vets like us, need it.
I need it. Yeah. So, man, this has been good, man.
Oh man.
As always, we gotta do it again sometime.
Yeah,
I'm gonna join him on his podcast too. So
the antidote.
So be on the lookout for that. We'll post it and promote it on our end too.
Right.
But thank you again. This is all about equipping you, giving you content, supporting you, and challenging you as well. Without a challenge, there could be no change.
Exactly.
So we want to give things to you. It might be sometimes hard to hear, but sometimes the things that are hardest to hear and taste the worst are the best for you. Like the medicine and the vegetables that you eat that taste the worst, those are the ones that are the best for you.
Right.
So hopefully you guys were blessed. Thank you again for tuning in. Don't forget to like my page, promote it,
share
it. And you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. All right, until then, take care.
Peace.
Perfect.